You know the words, you've studied them, you've heard them 1,000 times. But when someone asks you a simple question in English, your brain just stops. And all you feel is this heavy silence, like something inside you is screaming, but nothing comes out.
This is the English Conversation Podcast.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, and I'm Mike.
We talk about real life thoughts and daily moments, and we try to express them in natural English, the way people actually think and speak in real conversations.
Not lessons, not tips, just two people thinking out loud.
Yeah, just talking.
So, panic, that's the word, right? When your brain just panics.
Yeah, it's such a strange feeling because, you're not in danger. No one's attacking you. Someone just asked you, like, how was your day? And suddenly your heart is racing.
Right. And you're thinking, why is this happening? I know how to answer this. I know these words.
But you don't say anything. You just stand there.
Frozen.
Exactly. Frozen.
It's like your mouth won't move. Your brain won't connect to your mouth.
And the person is waiting. They're looking at you, and you can feel the seconds passing.
And each second makes it worse.
So much worse, because now you're not just trying to answer the question, you're also thinking, oh no, they think I'm weird. They think I don't understand. They're getting uncomfortable.
Yeah, and then you're trying to think of what to say, but you're also thinking about what they're thinking, and you're also thinking about why you can't speak, and it's just too much.
Your brain is doing 5 things at once, and none of them are actually speaking.
Right. It's like your brain is using all its energy to panic instead of using it to talk.
You know what the worst part is?
What?
It's worse than not knowing the answer.
How do you mean?
Like, if someone asks you a question and you don't know the answer, you can just say, I don't know. That's fine. That's normal. But when you do know the answer, when you know the words, when you've said them before, and you still can't speak, that feels like something is broken inside you.
Yeah, it feels personal.
It feels like failure.
Because you're not missing information, you're missing something else.
Exactly. And you don't even know what that something else is.
I think one of the reasons it happens is because of translation.
Oh, you mean like translating in your head first?
Yeah, like someone asks you something in English, but your brain immediately goes back to your native language to think about it.
Right. So you're thinking the answer in your language, and then you have to translate it to English before you can say it.
And that takes time, even just a second or two. But that delay is enough to create panic.
Because the person is waiting.
Exactly. And while you're translating, you're also aware that you're taking too long, so you start to rush. And when you rush, you make mistakes or forget words.
Or you lose track of what you were trying to say in the first place.
Yeah, it's like your brain is running two programs at the same time, and they're interfering with each other.
That's such a good way to put it. 2 programs.
And you can't turn one off.
No, you can't. It just happens automatically. I remember this one time I was at a coffee shop and I was ordering, and I wanted my coffee, not too hot, not cold, just medium heat. Is that how you say it?
Like warm?
Yeah, warm. But in that moment, I couldn't think of the word. I was standing there and the barista was looking at me and I knew what I wanted. I could picture it, but the word just disappeared.
What did you do?
I just said, not too hot. And then I walked away feeling so stupid.
But you weren't stupid. You just blanked.
I know, but it didn't feel like that. It felt like I failed at something simple. And the thing is, I know the word warm. I've used it 100 times.
But in that moment, you couldn't access it.
Right. It's like the word was locked away somewhere in my brain, and I didn't have the key.
That's the frustrating part. Knowing and accessing aren't the same thing.
No, they're not. And I think that's what makes people feel so bad about themselves, because they think, I should know this. Why can't I say it?
Yeah, there's this pressure of should.
Exactly. I should be able to do this. I've studied. I've practiced. What's wrong with me?
But nothing is wrong with you.
I know, but it doesn't feel that way.
I think another thing that makes it hard is that speaking feels so exposed.
What do you mean?
Like when you're listening to someone speak English, you're just listening. You're passive. No one is judging you. No one knows what you're thinking.
Right, you're safe.
Yeah, but the moment you start speaking, you're putting yourself out there. People hear your accent, your mistakes, your pauses.
And you can't take it back.
No, once you say something, it's out there.
And that's terrifying.
It is, because you're not just sharing information, you're sharing yourself, your voice, your identity.
And if you make a mistake, it feels like you're failing as a person, not just as a language learner.
Right. It's not just I said the wrong word, it's I am bad at this. I am embarrassing.
And even if no one else is judging you, you're judging yourself.
Always.
You know what I've noticed? Texting in English feels so different from speaking in English.
Oh, totally. Why do you think that is?
I guess because when you're texting, you have time. You can think about what you want to say. You can delete it if it doesn't sound right. You can look up a word if you need to.
There's no pressure.
No, and there's no one staring at you waiting to respond.
Right. You're in control of the timing.
Exactly. But when you're speaking, everything has to happen in real time. You can't pause for 30 seconds to think. You can't go back and fix what you said.
And people expect you to respond quickly.
Yeah, even if they're patient, even if they're kind, you still feel that pressure to answer right away.
And that pressure is what causes the panic.
I think so, because you're afraid of that silence. You're afraid of looking stupid or slow.
So silence feels dangerous.
It does, even though it's not.
I wonder if part of the problem is that we think mistakes are a big deal, but actually, they're not.
What do you mean?
Like, when you make a mistake in English, you think everyone is going to notice and judge you, but most of the time, people don't even notice. Or if they do, they don't care.
That's true, but in the moment, it doesn't feel like that.
No, it doesn't. In the moment, it feels like everyone is focused on your mistake.
And you feel ashamed.
Yeah, even though there's nothing to be ashamed of.
I know, but the shame is real. It's not logical, but it's there.
And I think that shame is part of what makes your brain panic, because your brain is trying to protect you from that feeling.
So it just shuts down?
Kind of. It's like your brain thinks if I don't speak, I can't make a mistake. If I don't make a mistake, I won't feel ashamed.
But then you feel ashamed anyway, because you didn't speak.
Exactly. You can't win.
There's this other thing that happens too. Have you ever been in a situation where someone asks you, "What do you do?" Like, "What's your job?"
Oh, yeah.
And it's such a simple question. You know what your job is. You talk about it all the time in your own language. But in English, you just freeze.
Why do you think that happens?
I think it's because you want to explain it well. You want to sound smart and professional. But in English, you don't have the right words, or the words you know feel too simple.
So you're caught between saying something basic and trying to say something impressive.
Yeah, and while you're thinking about that, time is passing and the person is waiting, and you just end up saying something really short and awkward.
And then you walk away thinking, why didn't I just say more? Why did I make it so weird?
Exactly. And you replay it in your head for the rest of the day.
Over and over.
Over and over.
I think one of the loneliest parts of this whole thing is that it's hard to explain to people who don't experience it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, if you try to tell someone, I can't speak English even though I understand it, they don't really get it.
No, they think you're just shy, or you need more practice, or you're being dramatic.
Right. They don't understand that it's not about knowledge, it's about something deeper.
It's about fear.
Yeah, and fear isn't something you can just fix by studying more.
No, you can study all day, every day, and still feel that fear when you try to speak.
And that makes you feel alone, because everyone else seems to speak English just fine and you're the only one who's struggling.
Even though you're probably not the only one.
No, you're definitely not, but it feels that way.
There's also this thing where you feel like you're two different people.
How so?
Like in your own language, you're confident, you're funny, you can express yourself easily. But in English, you're quiet, you're nervous, you can't be yourself.
Oh yeah, it's like you lose part of your personality.
Exactly, and that's really hard because you know who you are, but you can't show it.
You're trapped behind a language barrier, even though you understand the language.
Right, it's not that you don't know English, it's that English doesn't let you be you.
And that's frustrating.
It's exhausting, honestly, because you're constantly monitoring yourself. You're constantly thinking, did I say that right? Did I sound weird? Should I have used a different word?
instead of just being present in the conversation.
Yeah, you're not really having a conversation. You're just trying to survive it.
That's a good way to put it. Surviving, not enjoying.
And then there are situations where you just decide not to speak at all.
Like in a meeting?
Yeah, or in a group. Everyone is talking and you have something to say, but you think, if I say this, it might come out wrong, or I might take too long to say it, or someone might not understand me.
So you stay quiet.
You stay quiet. And then later you think, why didn't I just say it? It wasn't that hard.
But in the moment, it felt impossible.
It did, because the fear is bigger than the words.
And staying quiet feels safer.
It does, even though it also feels bad.
Yeah, because you're protecting yourself from one kind of pain, but you're creating another kind.
The pain of not being heard.
Right, or not even trying.
I think another thing is that when you're learning English, people always focus on grammar and vocabulary and pronunciation, but they don't talk about this.
About the panic?
Yeah, about the mental and emotional side of it, about what it actually feels like to speak.
Right, because you can memorize all the grammar rules in the world, but that doesn't stop your brain from panicking.
No, it doesn't. And I think a lot of people feel like something is wrong with them because of that. Like, I know all the rules, I've studied so hard, why is this still so hard?
But it's not about the rules.
No, it's about something else, something that doesn't have a name, really.
Fear, maybe. Or self-consciousness.
Or just the weight of trying to be someone in a language that's not yours.
Have you ever noticed that phone calls in English are especially hard?
Oh my God, yes. Why is that?
I think it's because you can't see the person, so you can't use body language or facial expressions to help communicate.
Right. It's just your voice. That's all you have.
And if you don't understand something, you can't just look confused and wait for them to explain. You have to actually ask,
And asking feels like admitting you're bad at English.
even though it's completely normal to not understand something over the phone.
I know, but when the phone rings and I see it's a call in English, my stomach just drops.
Same. And even if you answer, you're not really listening to what they're saying. You're too busy panicking.
Yes, you're thinking, what if they ask me something I can't answer? What if I have to spell something? What if I don't understand and I have to ask them to repeat it 3 times?
And by the time you calm down enough to actually listen, the call's halfway over.
Exactly.
You know what's strange? Listening to English feels so easy.
I know. You can watch a movie, listen to a podcast, and understand almost everything.
Right. You can follow conversations, you get the jokes, you understand what's happening.
But then someone speaks to you directly and it's like your brain forgets everything.
Why is that? Why is listening so much easier than speaking?
I think it's because listening is passive. You're just receiving. No one is asking anything of you.
Yeah, you're not responsible for anything.
But when you speak, you're responsible for every word, every sound, and you're being judged.
Or at least you feel like you're being judged.
Right, and that feeling is enough to make your brain panic.
I think a lot of people don't realize how exhausting this is.
What do you mean?
Like just existing in English, having a conversation, ordering food, answering a question. These things are supposed to be simple, but for you, they're not. Every single one requires effort.
Yeah, you're constantly translating, constantly monitoring, constantly worrying about mistakes.
And by the end of the day, you're just tired.
Not from speaking English, but from the fear of speaking English.
Exactly. The fear takes more energy than the language itself.
And then you see other people, people who speak English fluently, and it looks so effortless for them.
And you wonder what's wrong with you.
Yeah, like, why is this so easy for them and so hard for me?
But you don't know their story. Maybe it was hard for them too. Maybe they still struggle sometimes.
That's true, but in the moment, it feels like you're the only one.
You're the only one who can't do this simple thing that everyone else can do.
And that's isolating.
It is.
You know what I think is interesting?
What?
Most people who feel this way, their English is actually fine.
Right, like objectively, they can communicate. They can understand and be understood.
But they don't feel that way.
No, they feel like they're failing.
So it's not really about English at all, is it?
I don't think so.
Then what is it about?
I guess that's the question.
If your English isn't the problem, what do you think is really stopping you from speaking?